if you really want to make a difference, and you have to start. You've heard this stupid story. You start with yourself. Where is that? I would like to just start peeling onions here, and it's like, well, where is the self? And it's not impossible to start stirring around. You can't really grab it. It's like water, my friend. Imagine trying to grab water. Do it with your hand. Is that all the water there is? No. Whatever you do, don't think any deeper. And, if you really want to have a good time, though, babes, hide the parents. Seek to make yourself think deeper. Use your imagination. That's all I'm really saying. God, I had a problem with that. Think. Use your imagination. When I talk about water, or anybody, never think people are real, by the way. Water is more real than people. When I talk about water, this is the way you would want to use your imagination. And if you can imagine, you can't use your imagination unless you actually kind of worked with fields of information in which your mind can then start logging in. Well, this is the experience. This is what we can and cannot do. For instance, water. Eventually you're going to learn the nature of water. You know, uh, and with your imagination, we ask, even if you didn't try to grab water with, say, a fork, and then put that start filling up a bucket. I mean, a fucking idiot knows that you can do it, babe. But the one drop that you'll get out of the fork, people are getting married and their lives are going and continuing, and you're trying to get that fucking thing. So the bottom line is you're inefficient. Nobody wants anything to do with you. But yes, you've proven the metaphor wrong, and now, but missed the point, and you're not a scholar using your imagination. You're there fiddle fucking with a fork and a fucking drop and a bucket, and trying to prove somebody who has taken the time to stoop to your level and tell you something that only you can fucking deal with because you don't understand the deeper aspect of self, that it could be the same for all. Maybe. Is that where we're going? Let me back up. Boy, that comet up there, it is. It's just like an Alka-Seltzer. Did I mention that? It's like it's like purifier. It's purifying. That's what Virgo is, and that's what we have going on. We have moons. We had a new moon, and we started a new cycle that lasts the same amount of time that moons do. Months, sorry. And so we're doing the Mercury ruled new moon with the amazing Neptune. Talk about like an Alka-Seltzer or some kind of elixir to add into it, which is very healing, by the way. Because why? Well, let alone that Saturn is causing structure to Pisces right now. So we can actually kind of communicate this fucking dreamy world we're working with and go, oh, by the way, we are seeing both sides now. We're no longer fearing the false light thing. We're like, excuse me, and you're using our imagination to to putz this fucking lowlife shit along. Why everything's shabby and life after life after life, and what is all about? Just let's hear about your dad's job again. It was so hard. What was it? Was it really that? Or what I mean is like, okay, the quality of the human relationships is kind of bouncing around, but you see it from cradle to the grave, man. It's like, and so what happened, and then so what happened to women? What happened to men? I don't know. Let's set that aside. Click. I am wondering what will happen to all of humanity shortly here when Pluto goes into Aquarius. There is a new Earth on the rise, and there's people that are going to be like, excuse me, no. They're going to be on top of it, and that's what, like, excited about the new Earth thing. But there is 3/4, I'm sorry to say this. That's what outnumbers out there is like 80%, that are under a spell. I don't know if you saw my last video, but I'm gonna put that there, and then the other ones. And if you know how to use your imagination, if you allow yourself to think deeper, if you really, what it is, God, I keep saying stink. I keep saying stink deeper. Do you notice that? It's like I have a speech impediment, and I'll say stink rather than think, which is more like it. That's secondhand smoke that the narcissist has. Like, would you please just include reality in on things? It's not all about and whatever you're told. For how long are you going to run with that? How many more like how many, not decades, but generations? That's what's really important here. If you look at the word years, it has the word ears in it. Anyway, the sun's coming up. I'm fine. When you start learning, what we're going to learn is more about real science, humanity that rises through a vibrational frequency tuned to the truth. Pluto going into Aquarius. See, Pluto rules the truth, which is scary because when people deny the truth, it turns into darkness, and it's actually a pain in the ass. It's like, well, you've been doing it wrong. That's why you got sick. That's why a lot of misery is happening. And people say, God, your God is fake because it's a punishing God. God wouldn't hurt people and stuff like that. It's like, no, true. But see, you can ignore the truth all you want, but you'll never be able to ignore the circumstances that was created from having ignored the truth all you wanted. That becomes a problem. It's just really simple. A child can hear. Children, are you there? Try to explain to your parents. Children can simply hear it. The truth for everybody. Let's say, okay, water. We need fresh water. I laugh because it's like some people probably just. I have met some people that cannot just drink a fresh glass of water. They don't. They can't. They don't. They need something. They need the Kool-Aid thing in it. They need something in it. And it's like, talk about the purification thing, but we're just we keep moving on, and when time alone, time tells, and I don't want to know what the fuck happens around here. It's going to be a way that I'm gonna see. First of all, I was talking about my neighbor over there, and what you do is I'm gonna put a sign, not on his property. I'll put it on my tree. I have a little tree that I'm using as a little billboard. It's my tree and it's my property, and I'm like talking to whoever is walking up down the neighborhood there, and I really should see. They'll see those signs, and then I'll put one over there so that my fucking neighbor next to me, who I'm pissed at, can see it every once in a while. I already have one there that says what I need to say. Here's another one right here. Fearful living. Paranoid schizoids outnumber the ones who know so much better than to disrespect the environment. And when I mean the environment, babes, the truth is the same for everybody here. What about your water? What kind of water do you want to drink? What kind of soil do you want to have to be able to work with on your land? And this is getting so obvious to me that if you make this kind of clip this part and make it go viral, just make it go viral because it's happening everywhere. I'm not an isolated incident going crazy. A lot of people are so fizzled up with toxins and fucking going so slow because they're in a channel that is actually taking their fucking souls and ripping it. How many at a time for how many fucking eons and how many lifetimes, and do you keep coming back here to what? Smaller and smaller shit. That's what I'm envisioning. We used to have big trees and they keep cutting them down. And because, well, nobody's there long enough, like can hold still long enough to say, excuse me, this is my tree. Fuck you. Dead serious. And what more is there to do? Because you don't know what trees can do for us. You know what I mean? If we keep them going and make them grow 30 miles high. And then by that time, if you're that standing still enough and you're doing things in accordance to your own intelligence like that, like letting it unfold enough, of course we're getting back in our spaceships and going to outer space and blah, 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 and welcome to your intellectual belongings.